Hey everybody, and welcome to this episode of Romantasy Roundtable, a tale of Rick and Roses. My name is Rick, and I'm joined by my roses.
Amanda.
And Kim.
And as always, we would appreciate if you consider liking this video. If you really like what you're hearing, please consider subscribing to us. And, I need to look it up, but you could always drop us a message in the comments wherever you're at, or an email at romantasyroundtable@gmail.com, which I did a bad job looking at, but while we're yapping, I'll pull it up and interrupt us at some point. So please, we would love a like, a subscribe, and a comment. We did not get a comment this week from our biggest fan, Lamine Yamal, star soccer player for the Spanish Spain.
Player. What did he say?
I don't remember.
Lamine. Yeah, it was Lamine Yamal.
Lamine Yamal.
And Erling Haaland. It was so good.
And Aaron, which apparently was a reference that I never caught.
Like 15 years ago.
Yep.
Welcome to our ice cream podcast. Amanda, what is the best ice cream?
What is the best ice cream? Well, it really depends. But my favorite ice cream is black raspberry ice cream, which they only have in New England in the summer. So my favorite comes from a tiny little shop called Dribbles. And I did find where Dribbles sources their ice cream and reached out to them a few years ago to ask if they would send me their ice cream in bulk. And they said, we don't ship to New York. So that was really sad. My favorite ice cream that I can readily get is brown sugar cookie dough fudge brownie from Van Leeuwen.
Ice cream is your favorite?
I love ice cream. What's your favorite ice cream?
Like fill in the blank with brownie chunk.
Have you had Van Leeuwen's brown sugar cookie dough fudge brownie?
No.
It's a brown sugar ice cream with cookie dough and brownies.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite ice cream of all time.
Right? As I'm saying, it's so many words, but then when you're eating it, you're like, oh, it literally, the name is exactly what it is, and what it is perfect.
So
that sounds glorious. I want to go and find that today.
We brought this
up. It's probably, if you go early enough in the day, they always have it. It's one of their standards, but it's often one of the ones that sells out. And Van Leeuwen's, some of the more popular ones, will sell out throughout the day.
Does Jersey have a Van Leeuwen?
They probably have it in the grocery store.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you can buy it in a thing.
Mm-hmm. The brown sugar cookie dough fudge brownie is like a light red.
Oh yeah. I think we're all in agreement though that the best ice cream has chunks in it. So give me a brownie. Give me I know. Shush.
No, I have to say I don't always agree.
Oh really?
I have to be really in the mood for an ice cream with a stuff in it.
But best ice cream, hands down, you just said Dribbles, is Round Top ice cream in Damariscotta, Maine. And their chocolate ice cream is hands down my absolute favorite of all time and has been since I was a small child.
Nobody does ice cream like small New England towns. Nobody.
Yep.
New England summer ice cream just hits different. When we were in Connecticut and Massachusetts last summer, we just did a long weekend for our little vacation. I ate ice cream twice a day. Is the best long weekend of my life.
You know what I also really liked a lot? I think I've only had once or twice, but what was that ice cream place where you went to everyone in the city?
Ample Hills.
Yeah, they had I need some help here. They had a How High ice cream one where it was a million different things.
Oh, the munchies.
Munchies, yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, there's too much stuff in that one. I don't like that one, but no. I love my favorite Ample Hills is their ooey gooey butter cake. Mm-hmm. And they sometimes do a seasonal one. Actually, I lied. My favorite Ample Hills ice cream is cookie au lait, which is a cookies and cream, but the base is coffee. Mm. But it's, I think they've retired it 3 times. Yes,
I have one that was named after the Gowanus Canal. Also, I don't remember.
It came from Gowanus.
Yeah.
So I've
that's right, yeah.
I've been to every Ample Hills. Ample Hills has a really fascinating business story that we don't have time to get into, but they used to have many, and they used to do this thing where if you went to all of them in a day, you got prizes. And so I did that twice. And each shop had like a shop specific flavor, and that was the Gowanus one. It had hazelnut something in it, so I never tried that one. My favorite of the shop specific flavors was the one in Queens, which was like a honey ice cream with baklava in it.
Oh.
And it was really good.
Okay, we have yapped about ice cream for a very long time.
Thank you for coming to our ice cream podcast. This podcast is brought to you by my Ninja Creamy, because the ice creams I'm making this week are, I'm going to make 2 vanilla bases. One is going to become Biscoff ice cream again, because that's my new standard. And one is going to be, I've got like a pack of Famous Amos. I'm just going to throw that in. Some chocolate swirl, maybe. And then I'm finally going to make my raspberry blackberry sorbet, which should have like a lot of fiber in it. Making protein ice cream, making fiber ice cream.
All right. You know who can't eat ice cream? Aiden Galathinius, because she'd melt it.
I don't know that that's true. I bet she could eat ice cream if she really wanted to.
Torian could eat it though, because he eat that ice.
Dorian can refreeze it for her, and then it will be all freezer burned.
Ew.
Blah.
Okay, last thing before we actually yap about what we're supposed to yap about. Happy belated birthday, Rick.
Happy belated birthday, Rick.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
What did you do for your birthday?
I hung out with Ara. We went to get some breakfast. We went for a bunch of scooter rides. And then we went to get some dinner at a Spanish food where I saw Lamine Yamal play. Right? Is that the game that I saw?
Lamine Yamal.
Yeah. They won 1-0 against Uruguay with some bullshit ass red card.
That's correct. How was the Spanish food? What'd you get?
You're gonna hate it because I didn't even love it either. I got salmon because it was the thing that I was like, this seems like I'd like it. This seems like the thing with the least amount of onions.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
That was the choice that you made.
Yeah.
Did you get croquettes?
They didn't have it. It was like this.
That's not true, because I looked up the Spanish restaurant in Bergenfield and I looked at their menu, and they do.
No, I went to this place in Inglewood. It was a Colombian place.
Oh.
That's not Spanish.
Not Spanish.
Oh, okay.
Girl, I literally said like
Tapas.
actual Spanish food from Spain, and you said yes. And so I looked up the restaurants and looked up their menu and made recommendations for you because you were cranky.
I think I was just so sad that it was just like, yeah, that's the place. We got little mini empanadas.
And that's why I was like, you're going to watch the Spain football match at the Spanish restaurant.
They did have it on though.
Yeah.
Of course they did.
Right? Of course they did.
Spain could win the whole thing. I don't know. I think France is going to be really hard to beat.
Look, man, I looked at America's bracket. We can get to Spain.
We sure can get to Spain.
So
Let's see.
we're like 2 good
I don't know.
injuries away. So
Bosnia's who knocked Italy out.
Yeah.
So
this was a message from like a week or 2 ago. Our good friend Jamie, I'm so sorry that America beat y'all.
And that was the comment he left us this
Yeah.
week. Was that he had been MIA because he didn't want to think about America.
Oh, I understand that. That's okay. But we both made it out of the group stage. And your lovely player, Aiden O'Neill, and our lovely player, Matt Freeze, are friends.
Oh, so we can be friends.
Because they both
Yes, we are.
play for the New York City Football Club. Also, Aiden won man of the match, which was really exciting. Anyway.
Okay, last thing I will share about football. Which I told y'all, but I'm now going to shout this from the rooftops. That I didn't realize that way back in the day, the men's U17 national team, men's U17 national soccer team, was housed at IMG academies, and they schooled at the place that I was director of college counseling at the time. And 5 of them are on the World Cup team, and I knew these kids when they were little babies.
It was really cool.
That's
I
cool.
showed the picture to Kristen, and he was like, so this is that person, and this is that person, and this is that person. And I was like, Christian Pulisic aged well. And he was like, I do not fit. He's like, Christian Pulisic looked like a goober then, and he looks like a goober now.
Oh, he was a cute kid.
Hershey, Pennsylvania's finest.
There you go. Yep.
Except he just rejected New York City Football Club's offer.
Oh no.
It's okay. We really need a forward. We're desperate. We're desperate. Jamie, send us an Australian forward, please.
Yes?
We are reading.
There it is.
The tandem read. We're beginning with Tower of Dawn, chapter 36, and we're ending with Empire of Storms, chapter 60. I don't really remember what happened in this section. I've read 2 books since I finished this, so let's get into it.
Doing great.
Tower of Dawn, chapter 36. 3 weeks into leg rehab, Kale can bend his knees but not stand, and at the Kagan's dinner, Hussar and Argun ambush him. With news that Aelin Galathinius torched a fleet at Skulls Bay and may be burning her way towards Elwy. Hussar dares him to swear on Yreen's life that Aelin wouldn't go full conqueror, and he can't because he's seen her gut people for less. When Yreen white-knuckles his knee under the table, also quietly relieved that Nezrin's trip just got extended. Later, Cassian sneaks into Kale's room through the garden to drop the real bombshell. Captain Rolfe just placed a massive order for a brand new super weapon called the Fire Lance.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh, Rolfe.
Okay, I am annoyed that Kale continues to reference back to when Aelin killed, what's his name? The courtesan.
I agree.
What's his name? Why am I blanking?
Good old what's his name down in the basement in the second book.
Good old what's his name? Yes. Because it's like, no, he wasn't bad. That happened the way it happened for like legitimate reasons.
Yeah.
And he keeps hearkening back to that of like, oh, she killed him in cold blood. And I was like, well, it's much more complicated than that.
Yeah, I think if I'm giving Kale the benefit of the doubt, which like to be fair to him, we like don't even need to do, because he's gotten enough benefit of enough doubts. I think if I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, I think it's just because he saw like that rage in her eyes that was surprising to him because he didn't know Aelin yet. He only knew Selena. And so I think he is like, it's not necessarily that he has seen her murder somebody in cold blood. It's that he's seen her pull out a side that he hasn't seen before. And so I think he's more afraid that she has another side that he hasn't seen before, I don't think I would swear on Yreen's life that Aelin's not going to go conqueror.
Oh, I wouldn't
either. She says later in this section, like, what if I get bored one day?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I did see this funny reel though, where it was like, someone was like, "I love that Kale gets mad at his assassin girlfriend for killing people."
Right.
I'm like, yeah, like you're an idiot.
Yeah, literally.
I also would say I would never swear on anyone's life for anything because that's not my choice. I would swear on my life, but not on somebody else's.
Yeah. Rick swears on his mother's life, but only when no one is accusing him of lying. Like, I'm like...
That's really funny.
I'll be like, I'm trying to think of what it is.
It's like something...
I don't know, like...
Something stupid.
Something stupid where it's like, have you seen the blah, blah, blah? And he's like, I swear on my mother's life, I haven't. And I'm like, okay, like, doesn't need to be. It's like, all right. So like, you don't have my like sunglasses. It's okay. Like, I'll go find them.
That's funny.
All right. Chapter 37. Nezrin and Sartak spend 3 weeks touring Ruckin clans. And she has a full emotional moment singing her dead mother's Ardellanian song to Holhun, Bort, and Falcon by the fire, leaving everyone, Sartak included, wrecked. And I'm pretty sure this is the sentence that I sent you guys, and I was like, none of these words were in the Bible. Like, I don't understand what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Holun continues to radiate unstoppable hearth mother girl boss energy, sharpening daggers and running the entire operation like she invented competence. That's true.
Yeah, she did.
Extends her trip another 3 weeks via letter, turning down Sartak's not-so-subtle offer of an orphaned ruck, while their flirty tension simmers harder than the fermented goat's milk. At the final watchtower, they run into smug Burland rider Yaren, who reports missing hatchlings, likely the Karankui stirring, and drops the twist that he's Bort's betrothed, to everyone's horror. There are so many words in this chapter that I don't, understand. When you're, reading a book and, somebody's name is in French and you just kind of, skip over it and you're like, I don't speak French. That's this whole chapter.
Yeah, this, like I said, this is Nezrin and Friends is my least favorite. I don't know. It's not even a subplot. It's like it's part of the book.
It's like a quarter of the book.
But like, I don't really want new friends in the 7th book.
Well,
right? We're getting new character who ends up, I mean, not being major by any means, but like has an arc here.
I don't care about Falcon. I don't care about Bort and Holhan other than like that they're important to Sartak. And I like care about Sartak the absolute minimum that I can care about him, which is that like he needs to be with Nezrin so that Kale can be with Yrene. That's the only thing I care about for him.
Yeah.
All right. Now we are back in Empire of Storms for just one chapter. In chapter 52, Lorcan and Alid abandon their barge and trek into the seriously cursed stone marshes, where Lorcan's creepy death god boss is nudging him towards Aelin and her word key, while he simultaneously plots to steal Alid's key too. Cool, very trustworthy behavior. They stumble into a sunken ghost-haunted ruin filled of murderous marsh beasts, and Alid starts hearing the screams of the long dead while Lorcan pretends it's just the wind, lying liar. That night, Alid finally gets Lorcan to admit his hopeless devotion to Maeve, then promptly makes out with him, offers him sanctuary and parent, and things get extremely heated until an army of Ilkin blots out the stars and ruins the mood entirely. Everyone is partnering up. That's what's happening.
You don't know that.
I do. There's no... I don't know that they're all going to end up together. Like, some of these bitches going to die. But, like, everyone has a boo right now. Who doesn't have a boo?
Keep reading.
I mean, they don't have,
Rolf.
like... True. They don't have, like, boos. They have, like, people that they're making googly eyes at.
I think by the end of this section, most people have a boo.
Gabrielle doesn't have a boo.
That's true, but he's doing dad things.
Fenris doesn't have a boo. Maybe Gabrielle.
That's true.
Oh, it is still June.
Happy Pride to Fenris and Gabrielle. I do need you guys to know that the name of this Google Meet is Aedion's Pride Party.
Yeah, if you're watching on the YouTubes, you can see it up here.
I decided I'm going to give the Google Meets fun names every week. All right, we're back to Tower of Dawn. Kale ambushes the Kagan's trade meeting to negotiate doubling Aelin's Fire Lance order using his 4 trunks of treasure, scoring a tense private audience with Urus. Urus?
Oh, yeah, that dude. Sure, whatever.
We're getting called out. That's the Kagan, right?
Yeah, it's the Kagan.
We're getting called out by guards, including a guilty Shen after dropping the... Oh, sorry. I'm so bored. Your daughter might have been murdered. Bum. Back at the Tory, a furious Kale and Yrene spiral into their nastiest fight yet, weaponizing Aelin's body count, Cashin, Nezrin, and old wounds against each other. Sick of his death wish, Yrene finally grabs him and orders him to literally get up out of the chair. I was so bored with the Kagan stuff, and then this was awesome.
Yeah. No, this was great. I told you this... This book is called Tower of Yawn for a reason. All right?
Only you call it that.
75% of it is yawn. The Kagan stuff, the Nezrin stuff.
75%.
I just like really like the Kale stuff.
Yeah, it's like half.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to keep going. So in chapter 39, mid-blow-up, Kale, fueled by guilt and pure stubborn rage, actually stands and takes a staggering step towards Yrene, basically becoming his own walking apology. Yrene, tears and all, instantly clocks what's happening and deliberately backs away, luring him step by step across the room in the world's most emotionally charged game of red light, green light. It ends with Kale pinning her against the wall and finally kissing her, then carrying that momentum and his very shaky legs straight to the couch. I loved this chapter.
It was really good.
Okay.
This was a good slow burn.
This was the partnering that we were ready for. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that, like, it happened. I like that, like, he said something hurtful, but because she, like, knows him and knows his pain, like, was like, okay, I'm actually gonna, like, leverage this to do my job, which is as your healer. Some ethical qualms there about, can your healer be your boo?
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Can your boo be your healer?
Can your boo be your healer? Great questions all around. Chapter 40. A week later, Kale is walking with a cane, sparring, sort of, with Hashim, and sneaking increasingly unprofessional makeout sessions with Urine, one of which nearly gets busted by a servant, sending Urine into a guilt spiral about discretion. On the walk to dinner, Urine reveals her birthday is in 3 days, and she's masterfully manipulated Hazar into hosting a desert getaway in the Aksara Oasis, conveniently the same place that may hold answers about the Valg and is rumored to sit atop a city of the dead.
Whoa.
Charmed by her scheming and increasingly handsy promises to find her a gift worthy of an entire oasis. Kale, charmed by her scheming and increasingly handsy, promises to find her a gift worthy of an entire oasis retreat and gets a "I have everything I need" that nearly kills him on the spot. What is it with cancers and not celebrating their birthdays?
Leave us alone. That's
What's with all three of you? I've decided Urine's a cancer.
Yeah, it's very true.
That's anti-Semitic. What do you say about Libras? I forget what you say.
Whenever anything I don't like happens, I say it's a hate crime.
Right, there you go. This is a hate crime against cancers.
Yeah, no, it's because of that bit in The Office where he's like, "This is a hate crime,"
Yeah.
and then he's like, "That's not what a hate crime is," and he's like, "Well, I hated it."
Yeah.
I know that's not what a hate crime is. Okay. We're back to Empire of Storms. It's chapter 53. Meanwhile, Aylin's crew slogs through the stone marshes towards Mala's Lock, getting eaten alive by bugs while Manon vibes with the swamp like she's on vacation, and a near-fatal marsh beast attack reveals Dorian's terrifying, untethered new magic. That was like a setup. Like Rowan was like testing him. Yeah. And so he like let down the shield just a little bit.
Yeah.
So that the monster would attack Manon and Dorian would practice, which was cute. Around the campfire, Manon drops major lore about the Kroken curse and the Eye of Elena, revealing her own bloodline ties to Rian and Kroken, while Dorian quietly admits he'd nuke the continent if he got the word keys. Character growth, sort of. Up on watch, Fenris and Gavriel warn Rowan that Maeve has replaced him with sadistic Karen and Karen.
I'm calling him Karen. Karn?
Karen?
Karn?
Karen Tarniak.
Hey, there it is.
Tarniak. Karen.
He's Karen.
He's a Karen.
Is plotting something huge involving Aylin and Manon, and Fenris begs Rowan to kill him before Maeve forces his hand. So Manon says, like, she sees the Eye of Elena, and she's like, "Where did you get that?"
Right.
And Aylin's like, "That's the Eye of Elena," and she's like, "That's a witch symbol. It's like the three-faced goddess."
Oh, you mean like the three sisters in Akatar?
But they're not Maiden, Mother, Crone. They're all Maiden.
I don't know. I just like...
No, the queens.
More likely.
Guys, I can't wait for Akatar 6.
The Maiden, Mother, Crone thing is like not just...
I know.
Mossverse lore. It's like witch lore.
Oh, no. Yeah. No, I went through a phase. I read about that a lot.
Witch phase?
Yeah, I read about like witch stuff for a while. It was cool.
You were obsessed with Manon?
Well, not Manon.
Well,
I mean, yes, still, but
Rick's Capri Campo. I don't want a third for you and your gross boyfriend, but here are some fictional couples I would actually third for. Is Manon and Dorian
right here? Tag me in, guys.
All right, we're back to Tower of Dawn. Chapter 41. Holun benches Bort. Her name can't be Bort.
I
was calling her Borta.
Borta?
Yeah.
Holun?
Holun.
Holun benches Borta from the dangerous Daggle. You see what I mean? Okay, whatever. So Queen Skybird benches heir to Skybirds from the dangerous mission. Heir to the bloodline logic wins out, leaving Nezran, Sartak, and a pocket-sized mouse version of Falcon to fly into spider territory on Kadara, that's the bird, with a 4-day deadline before backup arrives. Mid-flight, Sartak overshares the entire tragic backstory of Borta and Euron's enemies to betray... Yes, Euron is her boo.
Yes.
Enemies to betrothed Saga, R.I.P. Borta's mom, multiple races, one suspiciously dramatic engagement announcement. Basically setting up a Romantasy subplot mid-recon mission. They finally crest the fells to find a land webbed over wasteland, then spot a baby ruck hatchling fleeing through a pass.
Oh, I hate
and
this part.
Ever the impulsive girl boss charges in to save it. Chapter 42, surprise, the hatchling was bait, and Kadara flies straight into a massive Karankui web strung between two peaks, sending everyone crashing down in a glorious heap of feathers, blood, and shale. Sartok heroically takes the brunt of the impact to shield Nezrin, and they both survive, mostly, but the rescued hatchling gets yanked away and brutally murdered by a spider leg right in front of them, which is just delightful. It was terrible.
Terrible.
As more Karankui swarm from the tree line, Nezrin and Sartok fight them off with arrows, long enough for the battered Kadara to barely get airborne, then run straight into the pass to escape because apparently running toward more spiders is the plan now.
This part is good. I like this part.
Yeah, I'm like, now I actually care about Nezrin and Sartok and the bird.
Right.
This part is very good.
Yeah, the spiders are good. I just don't care about like court politics.
And there's so much with them in this shit. I think it does tie up pretty well, but getting there is...
It's a slog.
It's a slog. It's the first 200 pages of Crescent City.
Well, and even this, like... I, as you know, don't necessarily mind the Nezrin and Sartok side quest here. But until we get to this point where there's this actual, like, the thing that's happening with the Stygian spiders... it just feels sort of like too idyllic, you know, like they're just like off having their like little fun time, and sure, they're going and flying around and looking at old towers and whatever around the area, but there's just like doesn't really feel like there's tension until
where's the danger?
Exactly.
There's no danger, there's no tension.
Right. And Sartok is still too good, you know, like there's just no depth to him.
Yeah, I don't really have beef with him. I just find him
boring. Yeah.
In the wrestling business, we call that a white meat baby face.
A what?
White meat baby face.
Ew.
We don't like them. They're boring. They're like so pure and so good.
Milk toast.
Yeah, milk toast.
We're back to Empire of Storms. It's chapter 54. The next morning, Manon and Dorian have a deeply unsettling heart-to-heart while wading through the marshes, where Dorian reveals the cold, terrifying truth behind why he purged his own court and killed his father. For his mother. The group finally reaches Mala's Lock, a giant wordmark-covered chest sitting inside a creepy ruined dome, and absolutely girl bossing by just existing ominously. How many girl bosses are in here?
So many. There's so many women in this series.
The chest... The lock is not a girl boss.
Could be. It's got the girl boss energy.
While Aiden and Rowan sneak off for a steamy little moment before Manon shows up to compare swords, Windcleaver versus Goldren. Goldren wins, obviously. Just as they start examining the chest's mysterious word marks, Lorcan's warning magic comes streaming through the marshes, and Rowan delivers the terrifying news. A legion of 500 Ilkin is coming. Yes, Rick.
Can I have a sidebar for a second?
Is it about swords?
Swords?
Comparing swords?
No.
S-words.
So, I'd like to go to ACOTAR for a second. All right. Blah, 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 blah. Farah is noting the engravings on her cottage. And I quote, revealing the faded ward markings etched around the threshold. Ward. Ward. W-A-R-D.
Ward?
Ward.
It's ward.
It's ward.
Ward.
Like a ward of the state.
I know. Anywho, I'm saying we got word marks everywhere.
How do I...
Click the little highlight over your face with the cursor, and then you click that little... There you go.
There you go.
That's so weird. I've just been here.
Yeah, sometimes it does that. All right. Now I see your fan doing your little hair like this. Yeah, so word marks in ACOTAR. Confirmed.
Chapter 55, not to be confused with ACOTAR's chapter 55. Lorcan and Alid sprint towards Aylin's group, hoping to warn them about the incoming Ilkin army, but there's nowhere to hide in the stone marshes, and the group braces for an absolutely insane 8 against 500 fight. Aiden suggests using the word key to even the odds. Rowan shuts that down hard, and Aedion picks the worst possible moment to blow up at her for provoking Erewhon. Cue an extremely tense pre-battle family argument. With everyone in position, Lysandra riling up the marsh beasts, Manon and Dorian and the Fey males ready to herd the Ilkin. Aelin strikes out alone, gets a soul-bearing pep talk from Rowan, and plunges into the deepest, most dangerous depths of her firepower for the first strike.
I gotta tell y'all, from here through the end of this book, I don't love Aiden.
Yeah,
He's being a little bitchy right now.
He starts to annoy me a little bit.
Yeah, he starts to annoy me here. I'm like, why are you yelling at her? Like,
yeah,
she's been saving all of y'all. Stop it.
It is annoying that she keeps not telling him her plans, though.
I know, I get that.
But that's not what he's mad about.
I'm looking for something, but it's okay.
He's mad about that later. I like, this is kind of about chapter 56 and not about chapter 55, but I like that we see this actual battle, like this actual Aelin moment from Lorcan's perspective.
Yeah.
And not from Aelin's perspective, because I think we've already seen that from Aelin's perspective. So it's like cool to watch Lorcan watch it.
And also from somebody who doesn't like her.
Yeah.
And so for him to be like, oh, this really is what she's capable of.
Yeah.
It's good.
The females are so interesting. Like, sorry, I need to make more coffee. The females are so interesting because like they all have such different like relationships with Maeve and such different like approaches to her.
Yeah.
And then approaches to Aelin. It's like very interesting to me.
Totally.
Yeah, I don't know where he says it. I'm just trying to find. I can't find the chapter. This might have been it. This if they're getting into a fight. This is where I like this quote, but it's nothing big. But like when Aedion is fighting with Aelin, he's like, "We're our allies. We have nothing. Like you've done nothing for us."
That's later.
Is that later? Okay.
Because then the allies show up.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's like, "I was an asshole."
But he does it. He does it early though.
He starts it here.
Right. This is where he starts it. Right. Like,
oh wait, yeah.
We have nothing. Like we have this whole battle and we have nothing.
Yeah. All right, chapter 56, Lorcan and Alid stumble straight into the blast radius as Aelin unleashes an apocalyptic firestorm on the Ilkan army, and Lorcan has to throw every scrap of his magic into a shield just to keep them from becoming ash. Turns out this was all a setup. Fenris, Gavriel, and Aedion's son were lying in wait with arrows, hurting the Ilkans straight into Aelin's flames, while Dorian and Rowan add ice and wind for maximum overkill. The entire legion gets wiped out without a single survivor, and Lorcan watches Rowan stride through the boiling marshes to plant a victory kiss on his completely drained, glowing queen.
Yay, they did it. This is cool.
Cute. Yeah. All right. Now we're in Tower of Dawn for a long time.
Well, there's a couple of Empire Storms.
No. Now we're in Tower of Dawn for a second, and then we're back to Empire Storms. Okay. Chapter 43, back in...
Antica.
Say it right. Thank you. Kale gets saddled with Farasha, an evil horse whose name means butterfly, and who is absolutely not one, while the desert party, all these fucking nobles and Kaganites, races off towards the Aksara Oasis for Urine's birthday trip. Kale white knuckles his way onto the horse without his cane, very competent, very stubborn. And once they reach the dunes, he challenges Urine to a race, with the prize being a kiss when and where of my choosing. They gallop across the desert together, both fully alive and happy for possibly the first time the entire book. Pure, unfiltered joy, soup-adjacent tension included. Chapter 57, we're back in Empire of Storms. Lorcan and Alid approach Aelin's group, but Maeve's kill order kicks in, Fenris as a wolf and Gavriel...
Fenris as a wolf?
Gavriel as a lion. It's not Gavriel's son. It's Gavriel as a lion.
Gavriel's a lion, yeah. Mm-hmm. He's the lion.
And Alid throws herself in front of a fatal bite meant for his spine, getting her arm nearly torn off. Lorcan drops his last shred of shield to let Gavriel heal her, fully prepared to die until Rowan intervenes with an act of war in order to halt Maeve's warriors. The reunion that follows is a tearjerker. Aelin finally meets Alid, delivers her mother's last words, and accepts Kaltain's sacrificial gift, the second word key, while Manon, Aedion, and the Sword of Orinth round out the world's most overwhelming welcome party. All our friends are back together.
The gang's all here.
And she didn't almost get her arm torn off. Hold up, that shit was crazy. Like there was like bone. Crazy. She like had no arm. It was crazy. She got fucked up.
Real
bad.
She was trying to save her Fae warrior.
I love the Alid part where they got back together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, referencing Caltane again.
We love a Caltane reference.
It was really good.
Dorian was like, Caltane?
Right.
I love that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
I liked how both Manon and Aelin were like, Alade is my best friend.
Oh yeah,
Right.
that's good. Their relationship is so good.
I'm Lorcan's, actually.
What?
She's like, I'm Lorcan's,
Right,
actually.
but thanks. I love Aelin and Manon's frenemy relationship. Like they
just
respect.
two girl bosses.
Yeah, they're just two girl bosses on their own boss thrones. You know,
girl bossing the world away.
They're great.
They are our enemies to lovers.
They are.
Oh my god.
Trope here as they become besties.
Chapter 58. The gang hauls open the chest, expecting Mala's lock, and instead finds a creepy old witch mirror etched with the Eye of Elena symbol. Cue everyone's collective, well, that's not great. Manon drops the lore bomb that Erewhon has been building mirror-powered siege towers, already 2 active in the Farian Gap, capable of incinerating entire armies, courtesy of intel from the late Baba Yellowlegs. Exhausted and now lugging a mystery mirror instead of answers, the crew trudges back towards the coast, only to find their ships surrounded by 100 unidentified warships.
Yep.
Chapter 59. Just when things look grim, the mystery fleet turns out to belong to Ansel of Briarcliff, Queen of the Wastes, who greets Aelin with "hello, bitch" energy and reveals she's been quietly waging her own secret war. She's sacked Melisandre's capital, stolen its entire fleet, and liberated Aelin's beloved horse Cassida, all on Aelin's orders from months ago. Manon nearly starts a witch-on-human brawl over Ansel speaking for the Wastes until Lysandra, mid-nap in ghost leopard form, casually flexes her claws between them like the unbothered ultimate girl boss bodyguard. Meanwhile, Aedion simmers over being kept in the dark yet again about his cousin's plans.
There's so much that I like about this. First of all, it's not. She doesn't greet her with "hello, bitch" energy. That's literally what they say to each other.
She says, yeah.
One of my favorite things that SJM does, because she does it really, really well, is just like, it's not even, I don't, you can't even call it, it's not even foreshadowing, but like, she like sets this, she does a thing in one book and like leaves it, and then it's referenced way later. So like, how did she get Ansel here? From like a book or two ago in Air of Fire, when she was fighting in the pits and she dyes her hair red and she says, "My name is Ansel of Briarcliff." Like and that word got back to her, like that stuff I love.
Yeah.
That's
I guess
my shit.
I agree. I guess like I was confused about a lot of things in this chapter. So like, okay, so I got that part. How did Ansel hear that and know that meant she had to take over the Wastes?
She had already taken.
She was taking that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was her thing from the beginning. Like when she had met her in the Red Desert way back when, she's like, "I am going to take over that is my birthright." My family got. Huh?
The Wastes are her birthright?
Yeah, because because her family was the rulers of the Wastelands.
Before the witches took it.
No, the witches were the OGs.
Okay.
OGs, and then they got banished. So the witches haven't been there in forever. They couldn't go there.
The witches couldn't cultivate the land.
Right.
Anymore. Of course, it's a curse, but the humans could.
Right.
So the humans came into the Wastes.
Okay.
And that's where Ansel's family is.
Got it. Okay, I missed all of that.
Yeah, that's why she like killed all the silent assassins and was like, "I'm out of here." That was her going to reclaim.
Right. I knew she was reclaiming, but I thought she was reclaiming Briarcliff. I don't think I retained that it was the Wastes.
Yeah.
Quite like, I assume Briarcliff was in the Waste, so I don't know.
I don't know. There's too many places in this book.
All you want is to know less about people
all
and less about places.
To remember fewer things about fewer people. All right, we're back at. Other than that, I really liked this. I was just like confused and was like resisting the urge to Google my questions, and then I was like, I can just ask them, and then I was like, I'm just going to ask them on the pod. Sometimes when I'm confused about something, I'm like, it'll probably come out in the notes, and then I'll get it.
Didn't come out.
I'm still confused. Well, I was. Now I'm good. All right. Tower of Dawn, chapter 44. At the oasis, Yrene and Kale sneak off to explore the jungle and stumble onto an ancient, overgrown necropolis. Not a cave, but a Fey burial site covered in carvings of Fey warriors battling Valg armies, written in the old language. Kale drops a massive lore bomb. The southern continent's healing magic might be Fey bloodline residue, deliberately seeded here as a hidden weapon against the Valg, meaning the Tories' healers, and Yrene herself, could be sitting on something Morath desperately wants kept secret, possibly explaining the attack on Yrene. That night at the birthday feast, Hazar floats marrying Yrene off to Cashin for political gain. Kale shuts it down hard, and Yrene, several drinks deep, responds to Hazar's mockery the only way a true girl boss can, by shoving the princess, chair and all, straight into the pool.
I remember sitting on my deck reading this last year when she pushed her into the pool. I think my mouth literally dropped open. I was like, she's going to die. Like, Hazar's going to kill her. She's going to actually kill her.
I was like, this can't be how she dies. That would be so dumb.
But I feel like this side quest just ended up being so anticlimactic. Because they like craft this entire plan to like get themselves to the oasis, and then they like wander into the jungle and they're like, oh, here are a couple of rocks and now we understand everything. This just, like we talked about tension, this just didn't feel like there was like any kind of useful tension here.
Yeah, like they could have just went to the library and picked up a book and be like, hey, look, this is what we needed.
All right. Chapter 45. Everyone braces for Yrene's execution after the pool dunking, but Hazar just cackles it off because Renia and Cashin howl along. That's why. They saved Yrene's life.
Yeah.
Proving once again that surviving royal wrath is its own birthday miracle. Back in their tent, Kale opens up about Aelin Galathinius, Rowan Whitethorn, and his complicated feelings about both Aelin and Nesrin, confirming to Yrene that he's over both. Then he gives her a silver locket engraved with mountains, seas, and her initials, and the chapter ends with the two of them finally consummating things in a scene that earns every bit of soup rating this podcast can muster. That's not true. It's not very soupy.
No.
It's nice. I'm happy for them.
I really liked, what's her name? Renia? Whatever. Her. So
I've definitely been calling her Reyna.
Right, that's what I call her. So like Hazar gets dunked, Reyna like laughs like really loud. Hazar like was like, oh, you haha blah blah blah, and walks away, and Reyna like she's like laughing like haha, Yrene, you gotta go before she comes back. Like she will kill you. Like that was funny.
It was fucked. All right, chapter 46, post-marathon lovemaking. Yrene is draped over Kale, having an emotional breakdown about feelings, but the real bombshell is the locket he gifted her, because what she tucked inside of it, he didn't put it in there, she put it in there, is a tiny note that unlocks a flashback to the time a mysterious badass stranger in Inish beat up her attackers, taught her to fight, and then casually left her a literal bag of gold and a ruby brooch like it was nothing. Yrene understandably has spent years assuming this woman was basically a god. Same energy. Kale, meanwhile, is just vibing with the realization that his girlfriend's secret benefactor is out there somewhere being unbelievably girl boss. It's interesting because she doesn't mention her. She doesn't know her name.
She doesn't know her name. No. She doesn't know anything about her.
And he hasn't actually ever seen the note. Got
it. She just tells him what it is, and he's like, I would like to thank that woman someday. And it's like, you slept with that woman.
And also, the way that he talks about both Aelin and Nesrin, I don't know if I feel like he sounds like he's over both of them.
I don't think he ever really loved Nesrin.
Yeah. Yeah, he just felt obligation and honor.
Yeah, and I don't think I think he loved Selena Sardothian.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's over Selena Sardothian, but I think he recognizes that Aelin isn't Selena.
Yeah, that all makes sense to me. I like that.
Chapter 47. In the Doggle Pass, Nesrin and Sartak are sprinting from a horde of Karankui spiders with zero backup since Kadara is MIA, and things go from bad to absolutely devastating when Sartak gets wedged in a narrow gap and decides, true romantic hero move, to confess his love and sacrifice himself so Nesrin can escape. And in true SJM fashion, he's like, I regret that we didn't have time, which is always her fucking move. She's dragged away screaming while he's snatched by spiders. And just when you think it's a total tragedy, Nesrin realizes the spiders said they'd be taken alive, which means there's still a chance. Cue Nesrin whispering a secret plan to Falcon because nothing says romance like plotting a spider layer jailbreak covered in your boyfriend's blood with a little mouse.
Right? I love like Falcon just being the little guy here.
Yeah.
It's just like, squeak, 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 like,
it's
high five in the pocket, you know? They're like, he raises his little hands.
All right, chapter 48, Nesrin wakes up cocooned in spider silk with Falcon gnawing her free and discovers Sartok alive but unconscious nearby. So step 1 of the plan is technically working, which is more than we can say for most plans in this series. That's true. Most plans we know about. Aylin's plans always work, but we don't know about them until they happen. A massive, ominous Karankui queen spider shows up, and Nesrin improvises a wildly unconvincing cover story about merchants and trade, because apparently lying to an ancient murder spider is just a Tuesday for her now. The spider isn't interested in trading, but she does drop the lore bomb. So many lore bombs. Her people are guarding a carved gate and waiting for their queen to return. None other than Maeve, queen of the Valg, which is a sentence that should ruin everyone's day.
You text this.
I did. I texted them. I was like, queen of the Valg.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, our big bad.
We have big bads.
Big bads.
We have multiple.
Well, and you guys had asked me, like, what's up with Maeve? And I was like, I don't know. Maeve's her own thing. I don't know what's going on with her. She's something else.
She is something else.
And she is. But I still don't know, like, Maeve and Erewhon are connected. Do they hate each other? Are they rivals? Are they enemies to lovers? I don't know.
So that was my question. Did they explain in this set of... I don't remember.
Nope.
Okay.
It's the ruler of the Valg. What? And that's it.
Okay. Yeah, so... I really like this. I remember being really kind of shocked the first time I read it. Because we're really led to believe, like, they specifically talk about it. Like, the question is asked, is Maeve Valg? And the answer is a definitive no. There is zero chance she is Valg. She is Fae. So I was like, okay, we're settled. I don't have to worry about that.
But just, she could be ruler of the Valg and not be Valg herself.
True.
I think this... Again, like all the Fae males are so fascinating to me. And now we know that 3 of them are sworn to the ruler of the Valg, which is like big problems.
Yeah.
And like, of course, Maeve like quadruple hates Aylin because she took Rowan. Like Maeve hates Aylin, Erewhon hates Aylin. There's big problems. So we pop back over to Empire of Storms for our final chapter. It's chapter 60. Over wine, Aylin asks Ansel to track down the lost Croken witches and offer them a homeland deal, which sends Manon into a furious "that's not yours to promise" spiral about her own complicated heritage. Ansel also drops the bombshell that the coastal fires blamed on Aylin were actually set by Maeve's Fae soldiers to frame her. Classic immortal mean girl behavior. Back in their cabin, Aylin and Rowan plot a 3-pronged invasion of Morath. Manon has a very athletic reckoning with Dorian involving phantom hands and a confession about his murdered mother. And the chapter ends with the worst possible wake-up call, Maeve's armada looming on the horizon.
Here comes Maeve.
Here's Maeve.
She coming.
All right. What did you think of these chapters, Amanda?
I loved it. We're really in it. You know, we're in the last 20% of the book. So I have 4 hours left that I will try to read today because I know once I start, I won't be able to stop.
Yeah, let me tell you, buckle the fuck up.
It's going.
Yeah. Well, I want to finish today because then that buys me a week to read the first Crescent City.
Whoa.
Nice.
I don't know when else I'm going to do it.
You weren't supposed to tell us.
Well, Rick's mad and wants me to tell you.
Yeah, no, buckle up. It's particularly the Empire Storm stuff. I mean, the Tower Dawn stuff is fine. It's good. It's not as good as the other one.
Right. I know that you've told me Empire of Storms ends on this like insane moment. It's like cliffhangery and like you don't want to wait 2 years for Kingdom of God. You say it all the time.
Yeah.
So.
And I actually wish the tandem read
Me too.
Finished the other way around.
Me too.
Yeah.
I wish they finished off Tower of Dawn, and then the last thing we read is Empire of Storms.
Yeah.
Because it's like whiplash to go back.
I might have to make my own tandem read.
There you go.
Oh.
All right, man. So what's gonna happen next? Maeve's looming on the horizon. They don't know that she's Queen of the Valg.
Yeah, I really don't know. I don't know if our friends all unite at the end of this book or at the beginning of the next book. I don't know. Somebody's going to die. I don't know who. If it was going to be Sartok, it would have been Sartok by now. So I guess he's alive. I'm really worried about the Fae males. I'm worried that Aedion's going to have to kill his dad. We didn't even talk about the fact that Aedion is happily bisexual in this section.
That's why this episode's called Aedion's Pride Party.
Happy Pride to Aedion and his shapeshifter bow.
Yeah, I'm a
little annoyed at Aedion right now, but I would third the two of them.
All right, that's Kim's. That's Kim's. I don't want to be with your gross boyfriend, but here's some celebrity or some fictional.
Because we love Lysandra, and fuck, I mean, again, as a shapeshifter.
Shapeshifters.
Oh.
Cheat code.
Brilliant.
Cheat code.
True. She could be Mystique.
What was the line? It was just like there was like talking about like he's just like, yeah, guys, whatever. Like what was the line? Do you remember what it was?
He like says something to the effect of like, because she's like my past, and he's like, I've probably been with as many people as you, men, women.
Right.
And she like raises an eyebrow, and he's like, yeah, I like both depending on
the day,
my mood.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
We love that for him.
Yeah.
Happy for him. Yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen. I'm feeling concerned about all of my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I mean, that's from the Empire Storm side, but what about Tower of Dawn? Still concerned?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like they gotta get, I don't know, like the Kagans, I don't know. I feel like that's gotta be important somehow. We've been spending all this time talking about the Kagan alliance, so I don't really know what's going on there. Like I said, I don't think Sartok's gonna die because I think he would have died if he was gonna die.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten out of the spiders yet, though.
I know, but like.
But he had he had that moment where it was like.
You don't usually have like an almost death and then immediately a death.
Right. So for me, it was like I'm reading it and like even that line that you had said where he's like, remember me or.
I wish we had more time.
I was like, he's dead. And then like the next paragraph is like, and the spider pulls him away. It's like, he's not dead.
Yeah.
Like he would have died there, like impaled. That would have been his death. So.
Yeah. On screen.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've stopped trying to make predictions about SJM and what she's doing for us.
All right.
Yes, we'll see. What else are we reading?
Kim?
I went to my neighborhood bookstore, the Lofty Pigeon, the other day. And so, I had finished the tandem read and I was feeling book hold. So I went to the Lofty Pigeon and I came home with all of the possible merch and random ass shit, because that's what you do when you go into a fun indie bookstore that has all kinds of just like local gifts and cute things. But then also you have to get a book too. So the bookseller recommended A Forbidden Alchemy and said that it came out last year and was like super underrated in the community, and thought it was phenomenal. And so far I agree. So I'm a third of the way into it, and I'm like, this is really good.
That's awesome.
And the second one comes out next month, and so if I finish it and really like it, I might recommend we try to read it also.
Excellent.
Cool.
Rick?
I finished Throw in the Dark, Villains and Virtues, Book 1, and I didn't love it at first, and then I did love it. So it was like a tale of two books for me. First half the book was like 2 stars, second half the book was like 4 stars, so ended up like a 3. The dialogue was really good, the banter was really funny. The first, I guess there's a lot of setup in the first half, and then it does deliver in the second half. So I am interested in finding out what happens next, so I will continue the series. So that's good. But I have started, and I'm reading this book called, I I always get the title confused. Is it This Kingdom Cannot Kill Me? This Kingdom Won't Kill Me? Is that what it is? This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me. This book, since the first couple pages, has had me hooked. It is phenomenal. So basically, it's called This Kingdom, whatever I just said, Won't Kill Me. These people must love Game of Thrones because the plot is her favorite trilogy of a book isn't complete. Only book 1 and 2 are out. And she's read them a million times. And then she wakes up in the world. And she knows what's going to happen. And bad things happen. And she tries to like sort of manipulate it. But she sees if she like changes this, then this other thing changes. And like moves up the timeline. It's really, really good. And what I really love about it is like, it is both like lighthearted because she'll joke and like, they'll be like, it's not like rom-com-y, but it is lighthearted and fun. But at the same time, like fucking people are flayed with like their innards hanging out. So like it does this really cool, just like lighthearted, but super like you're scared. Like you are worried about what happens. It's really, really good.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, I finished Ladies in Hating by Alexander Vosti, and I did not care for it. I gave it 2 stars. I believe it's her first queer romance, correct? Like, if you're listening and you've read her, correct me if I'm wrong. I couldn't find any other queer romance she's written, and I just think maybe it's not for her. Just kind of felt like she forgot to flesh out one of the female main characters in absence of a male main character, and that was disappointing to me. I also just like don't like Regency romance. I don't know why I keep trying it. I'm just not interested in it.
What's Regency
and
romance?
Then, like Bridgerton, like that era. And then I finished listening to People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry, 4.5 stars. Really liked it. And then in the last day and a half, I read 7 Days in June by Tia Williams and loved it. Loved it. I gave it 4.5 stars as well, but it's like I thought I was reading it for my Y2K square, but I ended up using it for something else. But basically, so it's about these 2 writers in their like late 30s in New York. And they had like a whirlwind, drug-addled, codependent teenage romance their senior year of high school over the course of 7 days in June. And they get like pushed back into each other's lives through like the Black literature Brooklyn world. And they're like kind of starstruck to see each other. And they both are like, okay, it's weird to see you, and also stop writing about me. And both of their book series like are how they've been coping with this like loss of each other. And now they're like both sober and like, yeah. So it's really interesting and really well done. And I'm going to read I really liked this author's writing. It's just like poetic and witty. I laughed out loud a couple times. Loved it. 4.5 stars. I think I only deducted 0.5 star because I don't think it's going to like stay with me forever, ever, the way that a 5-star read would, but happy.
Yeah. So it's funny that you said that. Like, I really like all these like SJM's writing, which is why I like, read her books or whatever. But like, I really love this other one that I'm reading that I'm like, do I want to read this author's other books? So I don't know how to pronounce their name. It's like Iona. It's Ilana Andrews. It's actually a husband and wife couple.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that they write the books. So when I was reading
go
ahead.
I've heard of Alana Andrews.
Oh, have you? Yeah. So like everyone, a lot of people on Reddit are like, oh yeah, this book is great, but it's no Kate Daniels. I'm like, what's Kate Daniels? So I'm like, they have this series called Kate Daniels, and it's like, I'm like, do I want to read this? Maybe. I don't know. So maybe I'll read that. But guys, I really think I'm going to reread all of ACOTAR and Crescent City.
Awesome.
I don't know. I like doing the Charlie Day Red Line stuff.
I know you do.
That's fun for me.
Why have I heard of Alana Andrews?
Jen's favorite queer bookstore in San Diego does basically like a mystery date with a book for Pride Month. And there's like a really big, extensive quiz that you have to fill out and such of like what your likes and dislikes are and favorite authors and such. And so she had me do it. And I have 2 or 3 books coming for it. And I'm really excited about that.
That's so fun.
I'm excited to share them.
All right.
All right. There we go.
Your homework is to finish the tandem read.
Tandem read.
And
And
so-
watch soccer.
And watch soccer. Today
Is Canada and someone.
Who?
Someone.
South Africa.
I was gonna say that. I swear to God, I was gonna say that. Damn it.
I went to the World Cup this week. We
did.
didn't talk about that. I did. I went to the Germany and Ecuador game. We were rooting for Germany. Germany didn't really show up, which is fine. We got to see Sane score, and that was cool. But man, Ecuadorian fans are fun. It was so much fun, and they won. And they, Germany still won the group, and Ecuador made it through in one of the third place spots. And that was like pretty much, that was a safe bet at the end of the game. And that was awesome. I had a lot of fun.
Goal.
It was great, and there was a lot of their chant is "Si se puede, si se puede."
Oh, and you got little friends, little guys.
I did get little guys. I got some stuffies for some friends' kids, and we got the matchup scarf. I got a not cold enough margarita. We took the shuttle bus there, super easy. Shuttle bus back, easy. Traffic was awful.
Yeah.
But, like, I was on an air-conditioned bus playing like soothing jazz music, so like it was fine. It was definitely like the least stressful return from MetLife I've ever had, but it was not the shortest.
All right.
We love it. I will not be going to more World Cup games because they're like $2,000 from here on out. So,
All right.
Finish the book.
Finish the book. Bye, everybody.
Bye.